What's going on, everybody? Daniel here, and welcome to my Ant-Man and the Wasp spoiler review. Movie's been out for over a week now. Time to talk about it. I know I haven't done a movie review in quite some time. I think Infinity War was the last review. Usually, as you know, my channel is a movie review channel, TV show review channel, comic book review channel, CD album review channel, skits, yada yada, multiple things, gaming channel. And I haven't been uploading a lot lately, so I promised I'm going to try to pick it up back again and get my mojo back and try to get stuff out. As usual, it's directed by Peyton Reed, one who he directed the first Ant-Man. We got Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, Michael Pena, Walton Goggins, Lawrence Fishburne, Michelle Pfeiffer, and a few other talented actors and actresses. And spoilers, like I said in the title and multiple times, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. If you have not seen Ant-Man and the Wasp yet, get off your ass. Go see Ant-Man and the Wasp. And then come back here and let's talk about it, because there are quite a few things to discuss, a few things I hate, a few things I love, and this is not better than the first Ant-Man. I'll go right there and say it. It's kind of like a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 situation. This is better than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but it didn't top the first one. It didn't get even near the first one. It doesn't feel like it has a full 3-story arc to me. Just like Volume 2 with Guardians, it just doesn't feel like it had a good really flow from point A to point B. It felt messy. First off, I'm not going to try to go in order with spoilers. I'm just going to tell you the stuff I didn't like and the stuff I did like. And, you know, I don't want to sit here for an hour and talk about every single little baby detail. We're not going to go over little Easter eggs and stuff like that. We're just going to go about the movie itself and plot point and yada, yada, yada. So first off, comedy. I laughed quite a bit in this film. I've only seen it one time since it's been released a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So I've only seen it one time. I think it's funny. I think it's as funny as the first Ant-Man. Michael Pena is amazing in it, coming back as Luis. And I do like the ex-con little thing that they had going on there with the business. I thought that was a really cool add-on and a gag joke over the past, or under the 2 hours of the film. I love the relationship between Scott Lang and his daughter. I love it. I think Paul Rudd is absolutely... and the daughter, the girl who plays the daughter, has great chemistry. You believe that it's just a father and daughter relationship, and with that, I felt that the human family element was really great in this film about family. So that was a really important part to the film that they got down a-okay, very aces. Except. I'm trying to think, with the ex-wife and her boyfriend, Bobby Cannavale, or I'm probably butchering his name right now. I don't know, unless he was nice in the first film, it just felt overdone, like he's playing like a dumb guy or something like that. They're just overdoing it with that, I felt like, where they're acting like the audience is stupid and these characters have to be really like, hey, Scott, what's going on, buddy? Hey. Like, no one, I mean, not a regular Joe person, you know, just comes up and like, what's up, buddy? Oh my god, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like a throwaway comedy part right there, where it's like, really, we're doing that with this character? Whatever. I wasn't a big fan of that part. Michelle Pfeiffer being in the film for less than 10 minutes, her screen time was maybe 5-6 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes at most. I was very disappointed with that, and unless they're going to use Michelle Pfeiffer in the future, which I'm assuming they are, you don't get someone like Michelle Pfeiffer and then just use her one time. You sign her on for like a 5-6 picture deal, and it's just... I don't know why we didn't focus more. Like, they just say quantum, quantum, quantum a lot in this film about the quantum realm. But I want to see more about the actual quantum realm. Actually, you're talking about it, and Ghost is in the way. That's why this film kind of is just a little... We don't get to... Point B is such a drag to get to when you just need to go inside the quantum realm, and they did not need to have Ghost always be in the way. I get Walton Goggins' character being in the way, you know, Sonny, you know, gangster in his group, or you know, mobsters, whatever they are, or thieves, mercenaries, whatever they are. I get that for being a side villain, and you know, he's out by Act 3 or by but we should have been inside the quantum realm by the middle of Act 2 or the end of Act 2. It really shouldn't have taken that long to get to the quantum realm, and almost nearly like an hour and a half later to get to the quantum realm. So I really do think they messed up there, and I wasn't a big fan of Ghost. I think she looks cool. I don't think she looks amazing. I think it kind of went back to the and she's not really even a villain. She's just a person with a problem, and she's trying to fix herself. So she's not, she is a bad person, but it's not like she's Thanos or Loki and like all, you know, Winter Soldier, when Winter Soldier was evil, like that type. With besides, as in, like, she wasn't really that well constructed. She showed up, and then she kind of went away, and then she showed up again, and then twist, Lawrence Fishburne is helping her out. And when Lawrence Fishburne was revealed as helping her out, I was kind of like, well, that wasn't really that great of a setup, you know. That it really, like, that's where the movie was bringing me down. It was with all this, and I'm like, I'm here to see you guys just go save, like, you couldn't, for a movie being called Ant-Man and the Wasp, Evangeline Lilly was great as Hope Van Dyne. Great. She's perfect in the film. But, and the suits look amazing, by the way, both of their suits, the little details that they added on it, looks great. But I want to see more of Ant-Man and the Wasp fighting together, side by side. You could have made a badass 360 action scene, or a hallway scene, or, you know what I mean, like something amazing to promote and to show in the film. But yet you just kind of have the Wasp doing most of the work, Ant-Man being like, oh, my suit, and then, which was funny, a great gag when he was like a small little child. That was amazing. That's probably the funniest joke out of the whole entire film. But for a film called Ant-Man and the Wasp, I want to see Ant-Man and the Wasp fighting side by side, not just one scene, but multiple scenes. If you look back at it, there's only two huge action scenes. There's the car chase scene, and there's the Wasp versus Ghost in the bank, or wherever they met with Sonny in the beginning, like the first 20 minutes of the film, or 30 minutes. That's really the only two biggest action scenes, and the rest is forgettable. I really don't know what happened there, why, and I'm not asking for, I don't mind having a Marvel film kind of have less action, but I like the story. I like how they're going for story elements and more story and dialogue. I don't mind that at all. I really don't. It's just the way that it was handled. I wasn't feeling it. That's why I just couldn't fully delve deep into this sequel and take it fully seriously on what the problems were. Like Ghost, I'm like, well, why should I give a shit about Ghost? You know, really, just get out of here. Actress, beautiful. She did fine for the role that she did, but I guess we're going to see Ghost in the future, and I'm kind of like, well, hopefully you use her better. Really, I hope you do use her better, because what she did in this film wasn't... She has okay powers, phases through stuff, nothing like too mind-blowing, but I just wanted to see more of action from Ant-Man and the Wasp, actually them doing stuff that was heroic, and, you know, do a montage of them bank robberies and doing this and doing that and showing up. Like, that would have been more fun than some of the action that we got. And the car chase scene is great. I think it was very well filmed and choreographed. Wasp again kicked ass with all the action scenes. Michael Douglas killed it, by the way. I laughed at a lot of the jokes that he said. But really, those are kind of like some of the highlights of the film. And then the real downfall was the lack of action ideas, and it being is a lackluster action, and Ghost not being a very well thought out villain in a sense, Baron Zemo was a better villain than Ghost. And I'm not saying Ghost is the worst villain ever. My God, no, not at all. I just felt it had so much more potential. There was so much potential with Ghost, so much potential with Lawrence Fishburne's character, and they just, it felt either rushed or just lazy. One of those two. There was so much potential in this film, and it fell on its face. FBI, I think, was a waste of time. Randall Parks, funny guy. But I don't understand why they keep making FBI people dumb, or they keep making police people dumb all the time. I get it as a funny joke, and it was funny because he was funny in the film, but when they keep bringing it back and bringing it back and bringing it back and bringing it back, and it's like, this guy's still in the film? Come on. I felt they could have toned down a little bit on the FBI stuff. Maybe you loved it. Maybe you did. I didn't. That's just my opinion. Now, I'm not saying this film is horrible. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's great or really good. It's just kind of a mediocre. It's okay. It's worth watching. It's a worthy installment into the MCU. And it's smart with the quantum realm and the design and the effects. All the effects look really good in here. There's some noticeable things. But overall, you know, the miniature size and, you know, going back and being small and all, like, it was all well crafted and done, and big round of applause to all the editors and all that for what they did. So the work there of the effects and practical and CGI effects are great. It looks good. But really, I think, again, you had so much potential with the mom coming back. More potential with just every little thing could have been just better. It could have just had a little bit more oomph or energy put into it than what it was. Again, it falls on its face. Ego was a better villain than Ghost, for sure. Kurt Russell's a badass. This girl felt they could have just done a bit more. They definitely could have done a bit more for her character. Now, other than that, the after credits scene, I think the ant thing, little funny joke, nothing wrong. But really killing off the Wasp, I think, was a really bad idea, because they say she's going to be in Avengers 4, but only a small part. It's probably going to be either a flashback scene or her in the Soul Stone or her someplace else. But if she's not going to be fighting side by side with the Avengers, I think that's a real bad decision and a waste of people's anticipation for the Wasp, making her, that's like a slap to the Wasp's face. I get killing Michael Douglas off, and I get killing Michelle Pfeiffer off for the film, because we all know they'll end up coming back, hopefully. But killing off the Wasp, I don't think that was the smartest move. Killing off Casey, Scott's daughter, yeah. Wasp, no. But him being stuck in the quantum realm, I think that's really interesting. I think he's going to go into a time vortex and find his way out some way or another. So the after credit scene is good. I don't know why. That's the thing. At the end of the film, I already forgot how the film ended. Is he with his daughter or something? He's laughing with his daughter. Oh, no, it's a date where they're watching on the laptop, and they're sitting down and they're all miniaturized and stuff. That part, I don't really like the ending like that, because it just ends. It ends just so abruptly, and it's like, oh, that's it. That's how you end the film, with them just laughing and they're on a date, and that's, you know. And I get it, end on a happy note, but I didn't. It just felt like a cheesy ending. That there could have been a better ending of them suiting up, or maybe the daughter reacting to Wasp and like, oh my god, like, you're dating the Wasp, or, you know, something along those lines, or anything with that. That would have been really better than the ending that we got. Not a bad ending, but it could have been better. Everything could have had improvements in this film. that could have made my final score from like a 7 out of a 10 could have been to an 8 out of a 10, an 8.5 out of a 10 if everything just could have been more polished, more thought out than what was kind of just given to us. So no doubt there's going to be an Ant-Man 3. It'll complete the trilogy. But Ant-Man 1's better. Ant-Man 1 is definitely better. This, it's okay. It's mediocre. It's there. And Infinity War is obviously better. I think possibly, maybe Deadpool 2's better, in my opinion. I don't know. I kind of go head to head with that. Don't think it's better than Black Panther, but then again, they're two separately, like, just different films, obviously, of heroes. So it's a mixture of things. There's not much spoilers to talk about besides they die at the end, and Scott's stuck in the quantum realm. That's kind of the only spoiler to talk about. Other than that, there's not really much to go on. Really, I mean, it's not a spoilery film. It's just kind of like, hey, Wasp does most of the action. Scott is fucking up with the suit. That's kind of it. Lawrence Fishburne's a bad guy, but then he's a good guy again because he just has a thing against Michael Douglas, and then he hates him throughout the whole thing, like, screw you, Hank Pym. And then 30 minutes later, we're gonna work together when we get back, buddy. We're gonna save the we're gonna save Ghost. You know, yeah. All right, buddy. All right. All right. You know, I just felt it again could have been polished and way more done better than the film we got. Other than that, that's really all I want to talk about. I just want to tell you, as you can see, I have a little bit more cons than pros in this film. Still better than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Not better than Infinity War. And not better than the first Ant-Man. But I still think it's a worthy installment into the MCU. It's an okay sequel. It's not a bad sequel. It's not a horrible film. I still do plan on watching this film multiple times in my life. And just kind of, you know, I don't hate Peyton Reed. I actually loved what he did with the first Ant-Man. And I want to see him direct a third Ant-Man film. Just hopefully, I don't know, work on the story instead of, I don't know. I think Ghost was really in the way. I really think so. I don't think she had to be in the film. And she disappears for a while and then she comes back, and I get a Ghost, but there's so much more potential that they could have had for every single character than what we got. I'm repeating myself over and over and over again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me what you guys thought about Ant-Man and the Wasp. I really do appreciate you guys checking this out. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, bye-bye.